Okay, so what you see now is time 0. So this is now. What you see, the other things that is mapped out on this line is the years as we move along. So let's take an average, let's say 40. So 40 is now. Somewhere down, as the years move by, these pluses are the various expenditures that we will have. These expenditures could be very small and very ordinary, like let's say having a vacation, to maybe buying a car, to even fund education for children and grandchildren, whatever the case might be. So these pluses represent that. This big green plus represents, let's say, retirement or financial freedom corpus. See, I know a lot of business families, we don't retire. I'm into business myself. We will not retire. But shouldn't we be in a concept or in a situation where we have enough money so that we do our business or we do work on our profession for the pleasure of working on the profession and not for the sake that, oh, how do I pay my bills, or, I need to have this much money because this much EMI is there, or I need to have this much money because this kind of lifestyle I want to maintain. Should it not be automatic? And should you not be able to reach that level by which life is taken care of, even as a business owner, and everything else that I'm doing is extra or is bonus, and I'm doing it for the pleasure of doing it, and not because I have to do it. Are you with me? Does it make sense? Yeah. So I am also a great believer that we should create, even a business owner should have enough money. Now, for example, think about it. How many of you all are from business families? How many, just for my sense?
Business family.
Everyone largely from a business family? Okay, so there are salaried families also. All right, okay. Professional, yeah, professional, business, more or less same thing. So as long as you're not working in a corporation or in an environment of that order. So what happens is, in a situation like that, if we know that this is the level of money that we need to take care of our life and the life of our families in the best possible lifestyle that we would like to afford, anything above that would be something that where we can take crazy amount of risk on business, or we can actually use money the way we want. Think of a scenario. We've all seen companies and businesses go bankrupt and businesses fail. But think about what happens if a business fails, or if a company fails, or private company fails. Straight away, sometimes we've even seen stories from Malabar Hill to Mira Road. Right? It happens, and I've seen it all around me. So, and how would you prevent that? So, can you sort of draw up a China wall? Can you sort of isolate the money? And so, retirement is not a salaried person, but let's say retirement for a business owner or a professional would be to create that wall or create that amount of money by which nothing could really hit the family. Absolutely nothing. And the money is also planned in such a way, it's put in a trust or it's put in a separate company where no one can touch it. Even litigation can't touch it. So that's a very, very, very strong way of putting that money together. Okay, so after retirement also we have certain expenditures. I mean, assuming that we don't want to work. We leave an estate for our family as well. Even if you've heard about investments happening in your house, what would you normally see? Here's a product, some bank person has come in, or someone you have met, or the family has got in touch with somebody, and you look at a product, looks good, let's invest. That's typically how it happens. Yeah? This is a completely different approach. So what happens here is, we are doing a lot of exercise, we're doing a lot of mathematics. Let's say this little tower of pluses that you see, let's say this was to buy a very, very fancy car, or this was to go on a world tour, just as an example. And for that we needed a budget of, let's say, 3 crores, just as a rough example. Now, you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 towers of pluses. So mentally, imagine if 1 tower is for your world tour, one tower is to buy the latest S-Class Mercedes or something like that. 1 tower is just to, fund household expenses. Now, you would ideally like to have a little investment portfolio made for each of these requirements. And then just think about it. So it's like your big pocket. Let's say this is your pocket. Let's say this is my box and I've got money in this. I'm just dividing this thing up. And then in this little box, like jewelry boxes, okay? So we put something here. Let's call this is the car fund. This is the health fund. This is the holiday fund. And this is that fund, X fund, Y fund, Z fund. So if you do that, and then we never touch it, no matter what. And then that's where we become instrumental. So every time our clients come back and say, we need some money, the first question is, for what? It's like as if it's my own money, but that's not really the case. But so that's what we tend to do. We just make these little individual boxes, and that's what this planning is all about. So this planning is a really cool thing to do. It's very powerful, and it's pretty much these days with technology, it's all automated. You can do it in your phone, and there's so much of technology. And the mathematics is like super simple. What do you want? 5 crores. How much do you have? 2 crores. Okay, you need to invest like that. I mean, it's as easy as that in today's timing world.